A very warm welcome to our 5th edition of the User Manual for Digital Humanists. Yeah, you might actually recognize the view behind us. We are today not in the biolab as usual for this series, but we are a couple of floors above the biolabs. You might also be familiar with our two faces as we are the regular hosts of these sessions. And here with me today again, my fantastic colleague Christina Maurer. We will guide you through today's session, which is a bit specific because usually we have a topic. This time the topic is the festival. That's why we have also presented some festival stories and sneak peeks in the back. Today we really want to give you a navigation, also some highlights of the programs from the European platform of Digital Humanism. We tried to pick out some of our highlights, some of our personal highlights, and we will present also a winner of the Ars Electronica Award for Digital Humanity. Let's jump directly into the topics.
Indeed. So let's first go to our garden program. If you have followed last year's Ars Electronica Festival and also our Inside Festival editions here on YouTube over the last few weeks, you may already know the Ars Electronica Gardens program that was inaugurated last year. The Ars Electronica Gardens are satellite festival locations where over 80 partners around the world are hosting fantastic online and physical programs in the framework of the festival. And the same is true for many of the partners in the European platform for Digital Humanism, who are joining in as well. For example, TBA 21 in Vienna and Venice, the TBA 21 Academy to be specific, the Technical University in Dresden, Meet Digital Culture Center in Milan, Aalto University in Espoo, Helsinki, as well as Open Austria, Austria's representation in Silicon Valley. In total, there are actually over 30 gardens participating that are all in some shape or form involved in our European network. So do keep an eye out on the Ars Electronica website and our social media channels where we are currently introducing all of them. And join us also during the festival on the online platform Swapcard to not miss out on any of their events. Moving on now to another topic. We will again, of course, have a very large focus on human-centered and art-driven innovation, with many programs being hosted in the framework of the European Commission's STARTS initiative. So definitely check out the gardens by STARTS Lighthouse Reframe, among others, who are showcasing projects that are focusing on urban manufacturing and sustainable fashion design by many, many young, wonderful artists. There is also the garden by STARTS Lighthouse Mindspaces, who are exploring adaptive models of spatial design through the lens of artists such as Refik Anadol and Maurice Benayoun. There's also, for example, the Digital Innovation Hub Vojext, who is hosting together with WAG in Amsterdam a fantastic session on human-centered manufacturing in robotics, together with artists such as Madeleine Gannon, called Robots Are People Too. And if you happen to be on site in Linz at the Kepler Garden, you will be able to see some of the fantastic works that were awarded by this year's STARTS Prize, such as Oceans in Transformation by Territorial Agency, Remix El Barrio by the IAAC Fab Lab Barcelona, Data Garden by Grow Your Own Cloud, or ThereTube by Tomo Kihara. And for everyone who is not in Linz, please do mark the 9th of September in your calendars. This will actually be the occasion of the annual STARTS Day. And this year, again, we are going to have a fantastic online conference program where we'll discuss how artists visualize global challenges through data visualization, what future models for manufacturing can look like that are empathic towards humans and the environment. And we're also going to take you through an online guided tour of our STARTS exhibition here in Linz. There are some other fantastic framework programs happening, such as an artist talk on art technology and architecture hosted by STARTS Lighthouse Mindspaces, a workshop hosted by Digital Innovation Hub Better Factory, and many other super interesting projects and programs by the STARTS community. So please don't miss out on all of the programs in the framework of this year's festival. Let's jump now actually over to Veronica, who will give us a bit of an insight into some super interesting programs, all focusing on artificial intelligence in some way or form.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're actually interested in this intersection Christina spoke about between art, science and technology with a specific focus in and on artificial intelligence, we definitely have a lot to recommend you this year. Let's start with the AI Lab Conference Day happening on September 11th, both on site as well as online. So if you happen to be in Linz, come to the Kepler's Garden, and it's specifically the Circus des Wissens on September 11th, and we will have a full day packed conference program with panels split on specific focus points of AI-related research themes like media literacy. We will also address AI and creativity, civil society, feudalism, as well as digital humanism. They all, of course, these panels try to center again the visions, the expectations, the fears, the hopes we associate with the topic of artificial intelligence. Also, for our online audience, of course, the whole day will be streamed and accessible via our online platform. We have also continued this year this really successful format last year of the artificial intelligence journeys. It was really a success story in a way that this was a wonderful insight into the work and the collaborations from artists. We are collaborating with also new artists in our field. We have commissioned again this year 10 artists, and they give us insights into their artist studios, their collaborations. Maybe they bring us even to completely unexpected and spectacular places. And the whole format is a video journey, so you can discover that along the 5 days whenever you want. Just feel invited to look into how the artists are working with and on artificial intelligence. Artists include, for example, Rui Nishi, Jose Burgund, Francesca Panetta, Simon Weckert, Antti Tenets, Jake Elves, as well as many, many others. All of this will be online, but a last recommendation goes out also to those of you who will be able to come to Linz. In particular, our theme exhibition, a big part of the theme exhibition is a dedicated focus this year on how we deal with artificial intelligence in the framework of also proposing a new digital deal. And in particular, the highlight there will be the outcome of our residencies from the last 2 years of our European Artificial Intelligence Lab, featuring artists like Anna Redline, Caroline Sinders, Interspecifics, Sarah Patkus and Mark Koch, as well as Gershon Dublon and Xin Liu. The programs, all of them are realized within the European Artificial Intelligence Lab, which is co-funded by the Creative Europe program of the European Union. And we are not doing this alone. We are actually hosting all these programs together with our huge partner network all over Europe. Our partners are actually participating also actively in the program, staging gardens, for example, Onassis Day in Athens, the Science Gallery in Dublin, the Center for Promotion of Science in Belgrade, Kabelica Gallery in Ljubljana, as well as Saragossa City of Knowledge Foundation. They all present their own programs, they all stage an Ars Electronica garden, and I would definitely cordially invite you to check out not only the programs we are doing here in Linz and online, but definitely also theirs. Yeah, let's move on to the next programs.
Absolutely. So during the festival, we are also going to have a number of highly interesting programs that are tackling topics of sustainability and environmental challenges. One of such programs is happening in the framework of Roots and Seeds 2021, a Creative Europe project co-funded by the Creative Europe program of the European Union and led by Co-Artis Foundation in Barcelona. Together with the University of Barcelona and Leonardo Olatz, Ars Electronica is participating in this project that really focuses on exploring the status of plant life and biodiversity of our plant life and how artists in their work are tackling these topics and kind of showing us which kind of challenges our plant life is currently facing through the impact that we take on our environment. And within Roots and Seeds, there will be a highly interesting workshop happening directly in Linz, hosted by the whole consortium. There is also a garden with some interesting videos that were filmed during a multidisciplinary garden workshop in Barcelona this past month. And when we look at the workshop, the Campus Cartographies workshop happening in Linz at the campus of the Johannes Kepler University, it's really focused on tackling the topic of soil conditions and how these affect the plant life that is growing on them. And participants are actually going to map how this looks in and around the campus of the university, which is located in a very interesting spot between agricultural areas, between wood land and farmland, as well as residential areas. So there is quite a big diversity of plant life going on there. And leading up to the mapping of this area and of the plants, there are going to be some fantastic inspiration sessions happening, for example, by Masha Roux, who are introducing their project Museum of Edible Earth, as well as Andreas Zingerle and Raphael Perret, whose works Toxische Geschichten actually dives into so-called hyperaccumulators. These are plants that grow on soil with a high concentration of heavy metals. So do check out the program of Roots and Seeds and, for example, also the Garden by Barcelona, co-artist during the festival, and have a look at the programs that are being hosted there. On another end, the Studiotopia project, led by Beaux-Arts in Brussels, also co-funded by the Creative Europe program of the European Union, is focused on exploring the intersections between art and science. And it actually matches scientists with artists to co-create projects. And some of the early outcomes and prototypes and stages of the process of these collaborations are going to be explored by project partners Lasnia Center for Contemporary Art in Gdansk and Vrije University in Amsterdam in their gardens during the Ars Electronica Festival. Veronica also already introduced us to the format of the journey, video explorations where artists take us on an excursion into their practice. And there are actually also going to be some fantastic journeys of the artist and scientist duos who are participating in Studiotopia. Among others, there will be Sandra Lorenzi, Hyperconf and Marcos Digenis, or Osvaldo Macia with Emilia Leskovic and Chris Bean. And they are tackling such diverse topics as marine ecosystems, cancer biology, or quantum computing. So do check out all of these programs if you're interested in finding out more about art and science collaborations. Our own Studiotopia artists and scientists, collaborators, and residency duos, you can visit both on-site in Linz as well as join online. Maja Smreka and Jonas Jorgensen are presenting Non-Cartesian Shell, a soft robot prototype that is part of their Studiotopia project, Non-Brute Force Iteration of Memory. And Kat Austin, Lawrence Gill, and Indre Sliobaite will share inputs about their open transdisciplinary research platform, which they have started to develop based on their project Paleoplasticine in an online panel discussion. So if you're not in Linz, have a look on Swapcard and join this session if you're interested in hearing more about this project. For everybody who is interested in art-led and artist-driven education and teaching, there's actually going to be an entire day dedicated to education and STEAM methodologies on the 8th of September, with a fantastic conference program by partners such as TBA21 introducing their Ocean University and covering topics such as open schooling and open education resources hosted in sessions by Creative School and the Open Science Hub Network, both European projects in which we are involved in with many fantastic partners. And those who want to dive even deeper into STEAM education and methodologies after joining the conference day on 8th of September, don't forget to look into Garden Birmingham, hosted by STEAM House. To finish off today's session, I'm now super happy to hand back over to Veronica, who's going to tell us more about the award for digital humanity now.
Yes, I think by now you have definitely realized we have a lot prepared for you, and I feel nearly obliged to apologize for this massive amount of program announcements, but we are really excited, to be honest, on our end, that there is so a massive program of fantastic workshops, exhibitions, conferences, talks, artist presentations, commissions coming up during the 5 days of the festival in our European platform of digital humanism. You can also check them out online. I'm sure you have not taken note of everything we said, so please just have a look into our schedule into our website and make sure you select whatever you prefer most. But yeah, as Christina said, we have one last but not least, definitely not least, program point. It is an absolute highlight. In addition to our 4 golden nickers of the Ars Electronica 2021, we have for the first time ever actually also issued the Ars Electronica Award for Digital Humanity in collaboration with the Austrian Federal Ministry for European and International Affairs. The prize itself highlights on the one side the role of artists really as cultural ambassadors and also their excellence in identifying the potentials and also pitfalls of the digital transformation. And on the other side, it actually picks outstanding examples of interdisciplinary practice between different disciplines and different cultural backgrounds. Cultural diplomacy is really a powerful instrument, as we know, to promote also a mutual understanding among nations and to bolster societal change. As such, it is uniquely positioned to advocate also for a new area of digital humanism. Digital humanism that builds a just and democratic society with human needs being at the center of technological progress. And the Ars Electronica Award for Digital Humanity emphasizes in equal terms the humaneness and the humanism that actually must dictate this technological progress and development. The award honors projects and artworks that inspire also a fundamental rethinking in our contemporary approach to technology. And actually this year's winner couldn't be better, couldn't be more suited to represent this. The jury stated at the first glance, Branch magazine, which with its large international team of authors and headed by the dedicated editor and managing editor Michelle Thorne, seems predestined for the new Ars Electronica Award for Digital Humanity. This is a prize for which the jury was above all searching for cultural projects devoted to the unifying quality of culture and the necessity of placing the central issues of our time in the forefront. The online magazine Branch is a project that impresses in equal measure with its thematic focus, high information quality, and the inspiring commitment of an international and very diverse community of contributors. The project is also convincing for its unpretentious but effective graphic appearance, in which several jury members also detected a strong statement for a new design ecology of digital spaces. Branch was also seen as a valuable impetus for the development of new strategies for cultural diplomacy due to its successful practice of gathering people from all over the world to dedicate themselves to a crucial issue of the present day. I think these lines underline quite well how impressed the jury was by this project. We will have a whole dedicated day during the festival, Friday during the festival. We'll showcase the Branch magazine, and we have invited also Branch magazine to curate our this year's theme conference. Both online as well as on-site here in Linz. Some of the highlights to come in the conference are really discussions and presentations also on a sustainable and just internet for all, also on low carbon design and education. But actually we have invited Michelle Thorne to give us a bit of an insight into her work and also what the conference will be about.
Hey everyone, my name is Michelle Thorne, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about the upcoming Branch Magazine Symposium taking place at the Ars Electronica. Yeah, we invite you to join us at the Branch Magazine Symposium. We are really dedicated to making sure that the internet is serving our collective liberation and ecological sustainability. And we'll be putting together a really great set of discussions looking at this topic from different aspects, inspired by our work that we've been doing with our online magazine. Some of the provocations we're going to be looking at as a group include solar punk imaginations and other ways of building worlds. We have an amazing miniature museum called the Museum of the Fossilized Internet, which looks at the major polluters of the internet today, everything from ads to spam to training AI, VR, streaming, Bitcoin mining, and more. We'll also be talking about what it might look like to build an energy-aware internet. Often when people start talking about the carbon footprint of the internet, they go into a binary mode, either, there's nothing we can do, the inevitable datification of everything, or they go into kind of a monkish response and want to withdraw from everything. And we think there's other ways. And so we want to explore, as we've done in our magazine, how we might be building tools and the internet and an internet that allows us to respond to the resources that are available. For example, serving up richer websites when your internet connection is running on renewables, or shifting to more text-based internet experiences when you're running on fossil fuels. In our symposium, we're also going to be talking about internets for solidarity and care. And this is going to be brought together by the amazing Billion Seconds Institute, who've been really bringing together a lot of interesting voices and talking about the political aspect of a sustainable internet. And lastly, we also want to talk about low carbon design and education. We know that we need to change the way not only that we build, but also how we teach. And that'll be a really great discussion in terms of pedagogy that we need. And yeah, we really look forward to seeing you there at the symposium, and you can also check out our magazine. And thank you for inviting us, and see you soon. Bye.
This actually only leaves me today with, again, a recommendation to bookmark September 10th, and of course all other festival days, but September 10th in particular for this planned conference and the fantastic project of Branch Magazine. We are already super excited about this. Yeah, this brings us also to the end of this session. What's next?
You can also follow along with what's happening on the European Platform for Digital Humanism on Twitter, Instagram, and on the Ars Electronica blog. As Veronica said, please do join us during the festival to check out all of the fantastic programs that our European partners and networks are going to host. Join in. We hope to see you there. The user manual for Digital Humanists is now actually taking a break until after the Ars Electronica Festival, and we look forward to seeing you again in the fall.